Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is my 3-week postpartum update. Jack was born almost exactly 3 weeks ago, and we have been enjoying all the baby snuggles and really just loving this tiny baby time. Look how little he is. If you're new, hi, I'm Lucy, and this is my third baby. I have a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old as well, and this is my last one, so I have all boys. This being my third baby, I definitely took it a lot more easy this postpartum. I took it slow and just wanted to give my body a lot of time to just tighten back up. I didn't want to be on my feet too much at first, and luckily we're in a good situation where Jason was able to be home, and he's still home actually. I think he starts work next week, so I might have to take this guy out of the wrap. He likes to move in the wrap. He doesn't like to sit so much. So yes, thankfully Jason has been able to be home, and he's been taking a really huge role taking care of the older boys. He's been getting up in the mornings and getting them ready for school while I'm still in bed with this guy. Jason has just been like super dad. He's been amazing, and it's made my postpartum so much nicer and gentler, and just I've really been able to sit and enjoy this guy. So my milk came in at day 2 or 3, and breastfeeding is always tough in the beginning. It always kind of hurts just a little bit. Your nipples just are sore and they're not used to all that attention. But we definitely settled in maybe day 5-ish. When my milk came in, my breasts were very sore and tender, and it was just like very full and engorged, and it's never a very good feeling, but it does settle down like a day or 2 later. So you can always pump a little bit if you need to, but I did pump, and I kind of wished I hadn't. It just irritated my nipples more. So yeah, just giving it time is really all you need to get settled in with breastfeeding, I feel like. I had a lactation consultant from the birth center come to the house, and she actually helped me to remember how to breastfeed a newborn, because she was like, well, the last time you breastfed, it was a toddler. And so she showed me the cross cradle just to get him attached. So like if you're doing this side, you would want to hold him in this hand, and then you can like help yourself get him, move his hand out of the way, help get his lips in the right position. You know, it's a lot easier to get him on like that as a newborn. So that was really helpful. She helped me with my latch and just reminding me how to breastfeed a newborn, because it's been a while. It's been almost 4 years for me. So obviously after this guy was born, I still looked about 6 months pregnant. I remember both my boys were like, Mom, you still look like you have a baby in your belly. But that's pretty normal. I lost maybe 10 to 12 pounds kind of right away-ish, and it's been like that pretty much till a couple days ago when I lost a couple more pounds. So just giving yourself grace in this postpartum time. Like it will get there. It took 9 months to grow this guy, so it definitely takes a little bit of time to get back into shape afterwards. So at about 2.5 weeks, I had kind of a setback with my bleeding. So my bleeding had been pretty minimal, and it was starting to dissipate more and more. And then at 2.5 weeks, I all of a sudden had like a lot more bleeding just in one evening. My bleeding increased, and I had like chunks of tissue coming out of me, TMI, sorry. But yeah, I was just like bleeding a lot, and it was starting to get me worried actually. So I called the midwife, and God, they're amazing. She came right over and she gave me oxytocin, which just helps your uterus to harden up and contract so that you don't have a hemorrhage. That's not what she thinks was happening with me. We don't think that I was hemorrhaging, although I was scared for a little bit that we were going to have to go to the hospital because it was a lot of blood. But it helps to harden up your uterus so that doesn't happen. And what they think was happening with me was that the scabbing where the placenta was attached to the uterus was like coming off. I had done a little bit more activity that day, so they think maybe that's what was going on, but it did dissipate. It was starting to dissipate before I took the oxytocin, but then that helped. I'm happy to report that since then I have had more bleeding than I had before that happened, but it has been slowly dissipating, and actually today has been the best day yet. So getting there, definitely feeling a lot better. Before that happened, I was feeling like when I did a lot, I felt this like heavy feeling down there, and I didn't feel quite right. But after that all came out, I have felt much better, much more like myself, much more like I'm healing properly. So that's good. So that is what's going on with me. Jack is doing really well. He was 7 pounds 9 ounces when he was born, and we went to the pediatrician 3 days later and he was 7 pounds 6 ounces. So not bad, pretty good for 3 days after. He was gaining it back already. Then he was weighed again at almost 2 weeks, a week and a half, 2 weeks, and he was 8 pounds 6 ounces. He's definitely chunking up, and I bet he's even more now. We won't weigh him again until he's 1 month old, another week. I am exclusively breastfeeding him on demand, so it's usually every 2 to 3 hours. He sleeps a lot during the day, but when he is awake and alert, it's super cute. He definitely has a strong suckling urge, so I'm battling with like, do I always let him fall asleep on the breast? I feel like that's been my crutch with all my babies. Like, as soon as they get fussy, I'm like, oh, you must need milk. We did try the pacifier and he took it here and there, so we're still trying. Like, he will take it here and there. It's not his favorite. He much prefers the real thing. He has a little diaper rash. We're trying to change his diaper as frequently as we can. I usually will do it every time I feed him. So I'll feed him and then change his diaper. We're using extra strength Desitin on this little bum diaper rash, but it's hard with those newborn poops because like almost every time he farts, a little tiny bit comes out. And so I think it's getting better now. He's starting to have like more, I'm pooping now, I have a big poop, and then not pooping in between, not as many like small little sharts. Can I say that? Sharts. As you can tell, he's a grunter. He grunts all the time when he's sleeping. It's super cute. And yeah, you guys, I think that's it. That's our 3-week postpartum update. Everyone's doing well. We're settling into life with a newborn. Man, it is a big change. And I hope you guys will stick around and subscribe to my channel. I just post anything that can help me get through my everyday as a mom in the hopes that it will help you too. So I hope you'll stick around and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.